Imagine a place with stunning mountains, untouched wilderness, and the purest air on Earth. But almost no one wants to live there. Welcome to Alaska. The state's so beautiful, it's practically a national treasure. Yet year after year, thousands of people pack up and leave. Why? What's really going on in America's last frontier? Today, we're diving deep into the 12 biggest reasons why people are leaving Alaska, and why so few are moving in. Let's get started. Number 1. The harsh and extreme climate. One of the most obvious reasons people avoid moving to Alaska is the brutal climate. Winters are long, dark, and bitterly cold. In some areas, temperatures can plummet to minus 51 degrees Celsius. That's not just cold, it's dangerously cold. The days become shorter, and in some northern parts of Alaska, the sun doesn't rise for more than 2 months. This extended darkness takes a toll on mental health, contributing to high rates of seasonal affective disorder and depression. Summers, although warmer, are short and often filled with mosquitoes, lots of them. In fact, Alaska has one of the highest mosquito populations in the U.S. While they may not be as dangerous as grizzlies or wolves, these little bloodsuckers make spending time outdoors miserable for many. Number 2. Isolation and remoteness. Alaska is the largest state in the U.S. by area, but it has one of the smallest populations. With only about 730,000 people spread over more than 663,000 square miles, it's easy to feel alone. Many communities are only accessible by plane or boat. No roads, no highways. And during the winter, travel can be nearly impossible. If you need to go to the hospital and there's a snowstorm, you're out of luck. You just have to wait. Number 3. High cost of living. Alaska is one of the most expensive states to live in. Goods that are common and cheap in other states cost significantly more in Alaska due to the high cost of transportation. Gas, groceries, and everyday necessities are expensive. Milk can cost $6 to $8 per gallon in rural areas. Electricity and heating costs skyrocket during the winter. Although Alaska residents receive a yearly dividend from the state's oil wealth through the Permanent Fund Dividend, PFD, it doesn't come close to covering the high cost of living. For many, the financial burden outweighs the benefit of living in the state. Number 4. Limited economic opportunities. Outside of oil, fishing, and tourism, Alaska has a limited job market. Many young people leave the state in search of better opportunities elsewhere. While some jobs in the oil and gas industry pay well, they are not always stable and often come with tough working conditions. Healthcare professionals, teachers, and service workers are always in demand, but attracting talent is a constant struggle due to isolation, climate, and cost of living. Additionally, rural communities often suffer from lack of investment and infrastructure. Number 5. Healthcare challenges. Healthcare in Alaska is expensive and often hard to access. Rural areas may only have small clinics with limited services. For more advanced care, residents often need to travel hundreds or even thousands of miles. Emergency services are limited, and medical evacuations can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Mental health services are also lacking in many areas, contributing to some of the highest suicide rates in the country. This lack of mental health support, combined with long periods of darkness and isolation, creates a dangerous environment for those struggling. Number 6. Poor infrastructure. Many areas in Alaska lack basic infrastructure. Some communities aren't connected by roads and rely on small planes or boats to transport goods and people. Internet service is unreliable or extremely expensive in remote regions. Power outages are common, and sewage systems are often outdated or non-existent. These limitations hinder development, restrict business opportunities, and make everyday life more challenging. Number 7. Social and cultural isolation. Living in Alaska can feel lonely. With vast distances between communities and few entertainment options, people often struggle to build a sense of community. It's not uncommon for people to feel isolated, especially during the winter months. Cultural life is limited in many places. There are fewer concerts, theater performances, restaurants, and shopping centers compared to most American cities. For people who thrive on social engagement and a fast-paced lifestyle, Alaska can be a difficult adjustment. Number 8. Education struggles. Alaska faces challenges in providing quality education, especially in rural areas. Teacher shortages, outdated facilities, and limited extracurricular programs affect student outcomes. Although some urban areas like Anchorage have better schools, many rural communities struggle to attract and retain qualified teachers. Higher education opportunities are also limited. While the University of Alaska system offers solid programs, many students choose to pursue education outside the state, often not returning afterward. Number 9. Crime and substance abuse. Alaska has some of the highest rates of violent crime in the U.S., particularly in rural areas. Domestic violence, sexual assault, and substance abuse are major issues. Alcohol abuse, in particular, has devastated many communities, often tied to historical trauma and lack of economic opportunities. Law enforcement presence is minimal in many remote communities, meaning that crime often goes unpunished or unreported. This creates a cycle of poverty, addiction, and violence that is difficult to break. Number 10. Environmental and natural hazards. While Alaska is stunningly beautiful, it also comes with significant environmental risks. Earthquakes are common. The state sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it prone to seismic activity. The 1964 Good Friday earthquake, the second most powerful ever recorded, devastated parts of the state. There are also risks of avalanches, wildfires, landslides, and extreme weather events. For those unfamiliar with the dangers of nature, living in Alaska can be perilous. Number 11. Wild animals and wilderness dangers. Alaska is home to bears, moose, wolves, and other potentially dangerous wildlife. While encounters are rare, they do happen. Moose can be surprisingly aggressive, especially during mating season or when with calves. Bears are always a concern for campers, hikers, and even homeowners in rural or suburban areas. For people not accustomed to wilderness survival, the sheer size and isolation of Alaska's backcountry can be intimidating and dangerous. Number 12. Difficult integration for outsiders. Many people who move to Alaska underestimate how different life will be. There's a steep learning curve in adapting to the environment and culture. Newcomers often struggle to fit in, particularly in tight-knit rural communities, where relationships and reputations are deeply rooted. Some find the last frontier spirit appealing, but living it day to day is another story. Harsh weather, self-sufficiency, and distance from friends and family make it hard for many to stay long-term. So why doesn't anyone want to live in Alaska? The reasons are many, and they're deeply personal. While it remains one of the most awe-inspiring places on Earth, the reality of life in the last frontier is not for everyone. Alaska remains a place many admire from afar, but would never consider calling home. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world's most fascinating places. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.